Please welcome Tracy Spicer.
Thank you so much, Wayne. It's wonderful to be here. What a great vibe in the room. Thank you so much for coming along.
It sounded like a good idea at the time interviewing you, but now I'm very intimidated. I'm thinking, what the hell possessed me to interview a journalist? So
Yeah,
here
can
we
I
go.
ask you some questions?
Welcome, Tracy. Once again, thank you to everyone who's attended today. It's awesome to have Tracy and also Rebecca Higgins. We Celebrate Women in Business came along as an idea because we have amazing guests, members of our chamber, and a lot of them couldn't attend our breakfasts or our Business After 5. So here we are at the lunches. Every event, this is only our second one, so every event we aim to get a lot of different women in different businesses. So we had an Olympian at our last one, we had our beautiful Dr. Michelle Byrne, and now we have a renowned journalist, we have a Rebecca, who Sydney Polo Club in the horse industry. So every event we aim to get different women, different industries to share their stories with us. So welcome, Tracy, and thanks again for coming along. So
Thanks, it's a
here we
privilege
go.
to be here. Woo!
Can we get a whoop whoop?
Whoop, whoop!
All right. So Tracy,
Yes, Sonia.
so you grew up in Brisbane, so here you are in Sydney. Tell us a bit about what inspired you into the world of journalism and your journey to get there.
I am a Brisbane bogan. Anyone here from Queensland? Hey, Queenslanders! In Queensland, we call bogans, or we did when I was growing up there, Bevan. My dad's middle name is Bevan. That's how much of a bogan I am, right? Growing up as a Brisbane Bevan or bogan, as soon as I saw Jana Wendt on television, I wanted to be her. Now, I've brought along a slideshow because I am from Queensland. This is me with the arrow pointing towards me. My nickname was Wingnut when I was 5 years old, because I've got the family tradition of sticky out ears like Jughead. It was not a very salubrious kind of area to grow up, can I tell you. When I became a teenager, I spent a lot of weekends in my boyfriend's purple Sandman panel van with fairy dice from the rear vision mirror, doing donuts in the car park of the 7-Eleven. His name was Shagger. Fortunately, though, I had really lovely parents, and I've got a photo of my mum here from the late 1960s, when she was the first female courier driver in Queensland, and they put a story in the Brisbane newspaper saying, "Who would have thought women can drive after all?" Mum brought up my sister and I to be feminists, to be strong women. So as soon as I saw Jana Wendt on the telly, I thought, I want to be her. And I don't think I just wanted to be a journalist or a current affairs host. I think I wanted to be a slight dark-haired woman of Czechoslovakian origin. Because she seemed to be so much more sophisticated than being the bogan chick from Redcliffe. I graduated dux of my school, fortunately. I went to university. I've got a university photo here. I look like an electrocuted poodle with my 80s perm. Who else had an 80s perm? Who hadn't? Go girls! So honestly, the reason why I wanted to be a journalist was because I grew up in a rough area. I wanted to be Jana Wendt. And my father is very passionate about social justice. He's the one who, you know, when the news comes on at 6 o'clock, there's silence, and he sits there and he says, look, that's just not fair. So I love the fact that I was brought up with a father with a really strong social justice streak.
That's awesome. So very good. I'm just laughing at the perm. So yeah. All right. So you've been involved television, radio, newspaper, and online journalist, and now a highly sought after writer, speaker, trainer, blah blah blah. Like, can we keep up with you? So, which of these? Tell us, which of these do you enjoy most, and why? Like, is it the radio, the journalism? Yeah.
Oh, look, I'm a nerd. I like them all. I love researching stories. I love telling stories about all different types of things. I've got the great good fortune of having a portfolio career now where I can do all different types of mediums. Whatever story I come across, there's a medium for it. But I guess my two great passions at the moment, one of them is filling in hosting the drum on the ABC TV. I think I've got a picture of that too, Wayne. Thank you for clicking. I love it because we get a full half hour to really delve into the issues of the day, the news, current affairs and social justice issues of the day. So really, it fits me like a comfortable shoe. I absolutely love it. All of my bosses and my workmates on this show are women. And after working in the media for 30 years, it is so makes my heart swell to go into that office. The other thing I love is I kind of did my career upside down. I did broadcast for decades, and after I finished up at Channel 10, I thought, do you know what, I really want to learn to write well. So I've done writing for newspapers and magazines for the last 10 years, opinion writing as well as travel writing, and I love just sitting there in front of a computer with a blank screen and thinking, I can create anything on this. You know, it's exciting. It's terrifying, but it's exciting.
What I'm curious about is what was the biggest highlight and the success story, or even the biggest personality that you've interviewed in your career? So what would be the one thing that really stands out?
Again, nerd alert. Most people will say, you know, a Hollywood star that they interviewed. Now, I did get to interview Russell Crowe. Actually, it was quite funny. It was when the movie Romper Stomper came out, so 150 million years ago. And he turned up at Footscray Railway Station in Melbourne. I mean, Romper Stomper, it's a movie about neo-Nazis. It's gritty. We were filming the interview at Footscray Railway Station because it was a rough area. And he turns up in a stretch white limo. And I'm like, oh, this is going downhill from here. He was lovely at the end of the day. But my highlight, actually, because I do love politics, was interviewing John Howard at the time of the Children Overboard affair. And the political reporter had given me a list of questions. And I said, oh, look, to be honest with you, I'd like to ask him tougher questions than these. We're in an election campaign. He said, oh, Trace, you don't understand what the press gallery's like. We can't put people offside. You know, I don't want to lose my leaks from the Liberal Party. And I said, right, I think I'll be asking my own questions. And he said, and by the way, I think you've got baby brain. Because I was 8 months pregnant at that stage. And I was so angry. I got up on set and I gave the hardest interview that I could possibly give, asking all of my questions and none of his. But because I was 8 months pregnant, the baby kept sticking its elbow out of my stomach, and honestly, the floor crew was ready with wet towels going, we're going to have a birth on the set. It's like those people who give birth on the bathroom floor of McDonald's. I was going to become one of those. So that was a highlight. Also reporting live at the time of September 11. That was before rolling news services came into Australia, and we went live to air, gosh, I think for about 24 hours on Network 10. And it was a really good challenge as a journalist because you've got to be careful of the information that you get. You know, you can't put to air everything that's broadcast or everything that's said over there because there was so much misinformation. So it was a great challenge in working out what to put to air, what not to put to air, and not to panic people any more than was entirely necessary.